went toe-to-toe with Truitt Fields. All it took was some track and field aptitude and 10 minutes.
No, Greg Hunter. It's merely using the clock to your favor. That's what he did. He's got that championship advantage, and I hear you and Truitt Fields and a bunch of fans whine and complain. Why can't you just give the man his props for being smart?
I just gave him his props for being the 4-time television champion. It's something that no one in history has ever done.
I concur.
But the bottom line is, the man wasted the clock. The man ran like a coward from Truitt Fields for the better part of 10 minutes. You do not win the television championship by being able to do a 10-second 440.
You're right. You don't win the television championship by doing that. You hold on to it, Greg Hunter. What he did was he ran the time limit out. You know, whenever a quarterback in the NFL runs out of bounds to stop the clock, to keep the clock moving, whenever they do anything, when they take a knee to keep the clock moving, nobody says, oh, he's a coward. No, he's doing what he takes to win. That's what Jeremy Vane's doing. And if you don't understand that, Greg Hunter, then your wrestling knowledge disappoints me.
It's not a win. It's a draw.
Did he hold on to the title?
That's all he does.
Does he hold on to the championship?
Yes, if the time limit expires in the event of a draw, the champion retains the title. Yes.
So he retains the title?
Yes.
So he's still the champion?
Yes.
He didn't lose?
He didn't win either.
He won in my book. If you hold on to the title, you won.
Your book must be a really interesting read.
You know, I mean, look at this. The guy comes out here, you know.
Stretching, something he should have done in the locker room before this match, but does it here. He's wasting time, and Truitt Fields knows it, going right after him. Truitt Fields knows Jeremy Vane is burning the clock.
Well, Greg Hunter, you know, it was kind of cramped quarters back there in the locker room today. I noticed that. And, I mean, he just, you know, he didn't get a chance to really do the Jeremy Vane workout that he does. So he's just trying to stretch out, just trying to get the muscles right, do some calisthenics. You know, and I mean, Truitt Fields should understand that. Truitt Fields is a man in good shape.
Well, I understand that you don't have enough room in the locker room to do a 100-yard dash, but there's more than enough room back there. And right now, Truitt Fields taking advantage of as much elbow room as he can to get behind those right hands, and now brings Vane in, cover 2, and only a 2 count.
And you know, first of all, what that was a sneak attack. Second of all, he attacked the man while he was in the ropes, and referee Harry Jim did absolutely nothing about it. This is hostile environment. This is a huge stage for us here. We're in the Georgia Mountain Center, the historic Georgia Mountain Center. Jeremy Vane, a long line of great world television champions that have wrestled in this building, in that very ring, here in front of this crowd, and Truitt Fields wants to take advantage of that and sneak attack the man. You know what? Truitt Fields, he's not going to do it.
You know, hold on. Take advantage and sneak it. Wouldn't one call that doing what it takes to win? And I thought that was okay. Jeremy Vane burning the clock is all right because he's doing what it takes to keep the title. Truitt Fields taking the man's head off with one clothesline after another, I'm sure is a reprehensible act.
Running out the clock is not illegal in wrestling. The clock moves. There is a time limit.
Yes.
Using that to your advantage is not illegal. Sneak attacking somebody and hitting somebody while they're in the ropes is very illegal, Greg Hunter.
You have a 5 count, actually. I seem to be getting beat over the head with that about once a week.
Well, you know what? First of all, the 5 count didn't exist because Jeremy Vane was in the middle of his calisthenics.
And as we get back to the action in the ring, fans, Truitt Fields all amped up. He knows that the clock is ticking. He's got to beat more than Jeremy Vane. He has to beat more than the television champion. He has to beat the clock. And Jeremy Vane, like him or not, and I frankly don't, Jeremy Vane is very good at getting in somebody's head and very good at wasting time. And right now, I don't think he's really got too much of anywhere to go except down from that high hip lock. Drop kick hits Jeremy Vane in the mush. Suits him off to the ropes. Big back body drop. And Truitt Fields wants that television title so very badly. Sets him up. Monkey flip. And Vane lands on his face.
Turned him inside out with that monkey flip, Greg Hunter. You don't see that very often, but I mean, look at the power of Truitt Fields. Now, like I said, the guy's a big, dumb jock. The guy was on kitchen patrol when he was in the Marines. So, I mean, he doesn't have much upstairs. I mean, he's a dummy, but he's powerful. And he's doing what he has to do. But the thing about it is, I don't think he has the aptitude to figure out how to stop the clock in Jeremy Vane.
Well, Truitt Fields right now is going right after Jeremy Vane. Vane rolls in. Fields right behind him. Vane off the ropes, right into a power slam cover. 2, and again a 2 count. This is the third hostile environment, the biggest stage in Anarchy. And it is certainly the biggest night in the company's history as we are coming to you from the Georgia Mountain Center in Gainesville, a building that has a rich history with the NWA, a history that Truitt Fields wants to put a page on to become the new television champion, but Jeremy Vane taking advantage and simply outmaneuvering Truitt Fields.
Greg Hunter, at the very first hostile environment, Jeremy Vane was embroiled in a major feud with Slim J. They opened up the very first hostile environment. 1 year later, last year at hostile environment, Jeremy Vane made his return after a long absence to reunite with his former tag team partner in a major feud. Jeremy Vane this year enters hostile environment, a 4-time world television champion. Greg Hunter, Jeremy Vane has ascended to greatness throughout the years, and we've been able to watch it here with our very eyes. And I tell you something, I've been very privileged to call Jeremy Vane's action. I've been very privileged to be able to bask in the glory that is the television champion, Jeremy Vane. And I tell you something, this is something that I'm going to be able to tell my grandkids about, and it almost brings a tear to my eye that I'm able to say that I've been in front of such greatness.
Jeremy Vane, whether he's quite as great as my illustrious broadcast partner would make you believe, is debatable, but you cannot deny the ability of Jeremy Vane. Right now, like it or not, he is doing what he needs to do to retain the world's television title. Jeremy Vane right now is being caught. Sunset flip attempt here. He gets it. 1, 2. Jeremy Vane knows the champion's advantage. Enziguri catches Fields flush. Vane realizes that Truitt Fields does not have to beat him. But here, cover, 2. Again, a 2 count. He realizes Fields doesn't have to beat him. He realizes a disqualification, a count out. He realizes that means nothing because he'll keep the title. He realizes that the time limit expires, he keeps the title. And right now, he was asking referee Harold James what time it is. He wants to know how much time he's got left on the clock because he's running it out.
Well, you know, and I mean, it's smart wrestling, Greg Hunter. And you know what, I'm going to say one thing about Truitt Fields. I've said it 100 times. The kid is very impressive. He's got a $1 million body, a 2-cent mind. But the thing about it is he's had an impressive rookie year here in NWA Anarchy. It's just not his time, Greg Hunter. It's not time for Truitt Fields to ascend to the greatness. He's going to have to wait his turn. And, you know, losing to Jeremy Vane week in and week out, there's no shame in that because you can take something from each one of those losses. And, you know, you can try to beat some of the lower tier guys and climb back up the ladder.
Jeremy Vane with the side headlock applied, back elbow, make it 2. Jeremy Vane with a clubbing forearm. Truitt Fields doesn't want to face lower tier guys. He wants to prove himself week in and week out. Vane looking for the VDT 06, way too close to the ropes. Truitt just powers him up and deposits him unceremoniously. Fields ducks down. Vane goes over top of him. Big forearm shot. Vane's lights are dimmed. Cover, hook of the leg, 2. And again, a 2 count, says referee Harold James.
Greg Hunter, the one advantage that Truitt Fields does have in this match is the power advantage. We've seen him a couple of times flash that brilliance and able to get, catch Jeremy Vane off key. But the thing about it is if he doesn't start taking full advantage of it, he's going to find himself at the losing end of the window again.
Fields, couple of shoulder tackles. Third one he takes to the air. Jeremy Vane is reeling. The champ finds himself feeling the power of Truitt Fields.
1 minute remaining in this contest.
First hand, big power slam, military press, and Fields right now is the one wasting time. We just heard ring announcer Eddie Rich make the 1 minute call. 2 and a 2 count.
Greg Hunter, for the last 9 minutes, we've witnessed both these men, given that they're all in the ring, the only thing that we have not witnessed is Truitt Fields able to capitalize on the advantage that he's taken here in the closing moments of this match. And Jeremy Vane, I mean, he had to hear that 1 minute mark.
I don't know if he did or if he didn't. Jeremy Vane put the brakes on in the far corner. Fields charged in, they bumped heads. Both men are down. This plays to Jeremy Vane's favor because the clock is ticking.
There are no timeouts in wrestling, Greg Hunter.
Well, Jeremy Vane, as we have probably less than 45 seconds left, I don't know for certain. Oh, Truitt Fields has him set up. Truitt slam. If Fields can make a cover.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 10-minute time limit has expired. This contest is a draw.
Jeremy Vane once again rides out the time limit.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to this contest being a draw, still your NWA World Television Champion, the untouchable Jeremy Vane.